Hello everyone. In this video lecture we are going to do the small signal analysis of C amplifier and CB amplifier. So our objective is to perform the small signal analysis of common collector and common base amplifier. First we'll take up the common collector amplifier. So you can see the collector terminal is been directly connected to VCC. So the collector terminal connected to the highest potential. So therefore we claim this as a common collector amplifier. So base is the input and emitter is the output terminal. So we want to do the signal analysis. Okay, small signal analysis. So first step we'll get the AC equivalent circuit by replacing the coupling capacitors by short and your DC bias will be grounded. So I have shorted the coupling capacitors and DC bias is been grounded. So you can see from the base to ground an RB resistor, from emitter to ground there is an RE resistor. That's it. Next we'll replace the transistor with its hybrid pi model. So from base to ground there is an RB resistor, then from emitter to ground you have RE resistor. The transistor is replaced by its equivalent. Okay. So from the base the impedance seen is ZB. So the input impedance will be Zi will be equal to RB parallel ZB. So we have to compute what is this ZB. So first we'll compute the input impedance Zi, which is RB parallel ZB. So we'll see what is your ZB. Okay. So the VS signal. Okay. VS is the input signal. So it gets dropped across your R pi as V pi and it gets dropped across your RE. Okay. We make an assumption here that the collector current is equal to the emitter current. Usually the your emitter current is equal to collector current plus base current. When this is going to be a very high value or IB is very small, so therefore we can write your IE is approximately IC. So Zi is equal to VS by IS. So VS is nothing but the drop across your R pi plus the drop across your RE. So drop across R pi is V pi. And drop across your RE is, I am taking emitter current is approximately my collector current. So it is GM V pi RE. And V pi is nothing but IB R pi. So VS is equal to IB times it is R pi plus GM R pi RE, which is ZB, because VS by IB is ZB, which is R pi plus GM R pi RE. Zi is equal to RB parallel ZB. So this is the input impedance and it is of a very large value because you have it is GM R pi RE value. So this quantity is going to be very greater. So therefore Zi will be larger. Next, voltage gain. AV is equal to V0 by Vs. Vs is nothing but the drop across your R pi plus the drop across your emitter resistor. Drop across your emitter resistor is V0. So we write AV is equal to IB times GM R pi RE, which is emitter drop, divided by R pi drop plus the emitter drop. So we get AV, the voltage gain will always be very lesser than 1. Okay. If you make the assumption that GM R pi is very greater than R pi, then we can take that approximately my AV is approximately 1. So this can act as a voltage buffer because voltage is not amplified, it has been amplified by a quantity 1. So therefore we can claim that this is a voltage buffer. Next, the current gain. Current gain is I0 by IS. Your output current is from the emitter terminal. So it is IB plus IC. So which is IB times 1 plus GM R pi divided by IS. But we get the relation that VS by IS is equal to Zi. So IS is equal to VS by Zi. And what about VS? We have already established the relation while computing the input impedance. Vs is equal to IB times ZB. So we substitute that it is IB times ZB divided by RB parallel ZB. You can see here I have substituted the Vs is equal to IB times ZB divided by RB parallel ZB. Now expanding RB parallel ZB and cancelling out your ZB term, you get it is IB times RB plus ZB divided by RB. So IS we have established the relation in terms of IB. So substitute it in the AI equation. We get it is IB IB will get cancelled. You get 1 plus GM R pi RB divided by RB plus ZB. So that is the current gain. Next, we have to compute the output impedance. Okay, so what is the procedure for the output impedance? We make the signal to be 0. When Vs is being made 0, the drop across your RB is going to be 0. So therefore, you can assume that this is almost a short or R pi. One end is connected to emitter, the other end is base, which is been connected to ground. So your RE and R pi, they are in parallel, but they are fed with the current source GM V pi, but the current through your R pi is only IB. So therefore, we divide it by the current. So it is 1 plus GM R pi. Okay, so that will be the current that flows through this. So we just divide it as 1 plus GM R pi. So your output impedance is RE parallel R pi divided by 1 plus GM R pi. So Vs is equal to 0. Then V pi plus V0. V0 is the drop across RE. So when Vs is equal to 0, then V pi plus V0 becomes 0. So therefore, from this relation, we can find out that the output impedance is Z0 is equal to, it is RE parallel R pi plus 1 plus GM R pi. R pi is already a small quantity, divided by 1 plus GM R pi will be a very small quantity. So therefore, common collector has got a very low output impedance. Next, common base amplifier. You can see the emitter terminal is connected to a negative supply to make sure the transistor acts in the active region, because base terminal is being grounded. So emitter has to be negative to make the transistor to be biased in the active region. So since emitter to the emitter we are going to feed the signal, preferably it should be the current source. So here, but I have used a signal source with the resistance which provides the input current. Okay, so next we'll try to replace the transistor with a small signal equivalent, and we do the small signal analysis. So I have replaced the transistor with its small signal equivalent R pi and GMV pi. Okay, so the rest I retain as such, which is given in the bias. First, we'll compute the input impedance. Input impedance Zi is given as Vs by Is. Okay, so from here you can see that your IE is nothing but it is IB plus GMV pi. Okay, so which is nothing but IB is nothing but V pi by R pi plus GMV pi. IE and IS, they are in, you can see here, this is your emitter current, okay, and this is your signal current. So your minus IS is equal to IE, which is equal to V pi by R pi plus GMV pi. So while bringing out V pi is nothing but Vs, we write it. So Zi is equal to Ri is equal to Vs by Is becomes 1 by R pi plus Gm. Or you can take the common LCM, you can take it as 1 plus Gm R pi into R pi. Okay, R pi divided by 1 plus Gm R pi. So this is going to be a very small. So for a common base amplifier, the input impedance is going to be very small. Voltage gain. AV is equal to V0 by Vs. So V0 is equal to, it is minus GMV pi R pi, it is minus GMV pi, it is RC parallel RL. Okay, so V0 is equal to, it is minus GMV pi RC parallel RL. Now, we have to find out what is V pi. So for that we apply KCL at this node. Okay, we apply KCL at this node. You can see here the current entering is GMV pi. Here the current entering is VIB. Here the drop across your RE is going to be V pi. So therefore here we will have the current V pi by RE. And here from the signal source, here the voltage, if it is V pi, then the difference divided by RS will produce the current IS. So all this are meeting at the point. So we apply the KCL at this point. At this node we get, it is GM V pi plus V pi by R pi plus V pi by RE plus Vs minus of minus V pi divided by Rs is equal to 0. Okay, so from that we group the terms of V pi and Vs. Next we take the common LCM for your R pi term. It is 1 plus Gm R pi divided by R pi plus 1 by Re plus 1 by Rs is equal to minus Ps by Rs. So all these are in parallel. Okay. So we have the term as 1 by R, 1 by R. So that means they are all in parallel. So out of all that, okay, R pi divided by 1 plus Gm R pi, it is going to be a very, very smaller quantity. Okay. Out of all that, this is going to be the very, very smaller quantity which is as comparable as that as your source resistance. So therefore, we get, okay, this is approximately my Rs, so that therefore this will get cancelled. So you get it as, it is already here we have got V pi, here you got minus Vs by Rs. So substituting that you will get it as plus. So it is plus Gm Rc parallel RL. Okay, so you can imagine that all this term groups together as 1 by Rs. So therefore Rs will get cancelled. So therefore you get it as it is Gm times Rc parallel RL. Next, we have to compute the output impedance. So V0 by I0, we make Vs is equal to 0. We use the same equation as previous. Here we just make Vs is equal to 0. When we make Vs is equal to 0, we get it is Gm V pi plus P pi, everything is 0. So all these resistors, they cannot be 0. Therefore, we have this V pi is equal to 0. So therefore, it appears like it is a current source which is being open circuited current source. So where the impedance is Rc excluding your load. If you include your load, then it is Rc parallel RL. Next, current gain. A is equal to I0 by Is. So I0 is equal to minus Gm V pi. So we apply the current divider rule. Okay, because I0 is the drop across the current through your RL. So it is minus Gm V pi Rc divided by Rc plus RL. And V pi, already we have established the relation with your Is. So we use this relation to compute your current gain. Next, to summarize, we compare the common collector amplifier and common base amplifier. Common collector amplifier has got high input impedance because you have it as Gm R pi Re, that value, so which is going to be very large value. So it has got high input impedance. But coming to the common base amplifier, you have it as the input impedance is R pi divided by 1 plus Gm R pi, which is going to be very, very small. So this has got low input impedance. In case of your common collector amplifier, the voltage gain is less than 1. But in case of your common base amplifier, the current gain is going to be less than or equal to 1. Okay. And in common collector amplifier, the output impedance is low. But in common base amplifier, the output impedance is high. I have not included the R0. Okay. Because that makes the analysis complex. If you include R0, because R0, we assume that it is of a very large value. So therefore, the output impedance is going to be very, very high. Common collector, it can be used as a voltage buffer, and your common base amplifier, it could be used as a current buffer. Okay. So out of all the three configurations, if you look it out, your common collector will have the highest input impedance and lowest output impedance, and common base will have the lowest input impedance and highest output impedance. Okay, common collector can act as a voltage buffer, common base can act as a current buffer, and common emitter, all the values are moderate. Input impedance moderate, your voltage gain is moderate, your output impedance is moderate, and your current gain is also moderate. Okay, so normally for most of the applications we prefer the common emitter amplifiers, not only for the impedances and other cases we use these buffers. References, I have used these two textbooks, that is Electronic Circuits Analysis and Design by Donald Niemann and Electronic Devices and Circuit Theory by Robert Boylston. Thank you.